Mr. Shane Profitt, thank you for sitting down with us, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
CMA Fest is back in action. How does it feel?
Man, it's awesome. This week is kind of crazy. As an artist, you kind of run around like a chicken with your head cut off, but it's awesome. It's a good time.
90,000 country music fans are on Little Old Broadway. As a performer, what does that mean to have such a big turnout to support live music?
Man, it's if you kind of sit back and look at it, it's kind of crazy because all I can think about is all those people that do play Broadway every night, and and do those long shifts and everything. Everybody down there doing that and hopes to do what we get to do every day, and it's really humbling to just kind of sit back and look at that.
I'm sure. Now, you're a good old country boy. You got some good rural roots. The way we're brought up in this world, we really value work ethic and understand what hard work really means.
Absolutely.
Do you think that translated over into pursuing your music career?
Absolutely. So before I got to call this my full-time job, I cut grass in the medians of the road for literally like $13 an hour. Seriously. It was a city job, so it was a government job, and it sucked. I hated going to work every day. But I will say this, I worked hard doing that, but I think I work 10 times harder doing this now because I know how fortunate I am to get to do this for a living, and it makes me want to work that much harder, honestly.
I heard a quote recently that it's like, the old adage of if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
And it's almost right, but it's not. When you love what you do, you will work 10 times hard because you're that passionate about it.
Absolutely. Well, and, sometimes, like, there will be times where, we have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to hop on a flight to go play another show. We do that for, 4 or 5 days in a row. And, especially, I have to have my sleep, But especially when I'm running low on sleep, it's easy to forget how fortunate I actually am. And I'll lay there in bed for a split second while my alarm is just in my ear. And I just kind of think about how fortunate I am to get to do this and how, I got to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and hop on an airplane. But that's a lot better than having to get up and go punch a clock every day.
Exactly. And you have a new song out called Long Live Country.
Yes, sir.
How did that one come about?
Man, so one of the things they make you do when you get the slightest bit of success or you get a record deal is they say you need to have an LLC, like a touring LLC, right? So I had the idea called LLC, and I love like the old Travis Tritt songs.
Yeah.
Trouble, I smell Trouble, right? So I love those spell-out songs, and I was just thinking, what could LLC stand for? Long Live Country. So sat down with Matt Rogers, Lindsey Rhymes, both amazing songwriters, and we wrote Long Live Country. And Joe Diffie had passed away, so the whole second verse is kind of a tribute to, Joe Diffie. And it's a windows down anthem, feel-good song. If you listen to that song and it don't make you feel good, I don't know what to tell you.
That song reminds you of why you're a country fan, in my opinion.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, you grew up doing covers on the guitar with your grandfather, right?
Yeah, I did. Well, so I didn't even know how to play a guitar till I was 18.
Really?
Yeah. So he asked me what I wanted to get for Christmas, and I told him I just wanted to learn how to play guitar. So that's when he taught me G, C, and D on the guitar. And only reason I wanted to learn to play guitar was so that I could play all the Hank Jr. and Merle Haggard stuff. So,
what's your fondest memory of doing all that?
Man, probably the first year that, so he taught me that Christmas. Well, the following year, I just stuck with it, right? Mm-hmm. And I went to YouTube University, as they call it. Still to this day, I can't read any music, but I can look up a YouTube video, and there will probably be somebody telling you, you need to do a G or a C or a D right here. So that following year, my whole family plays music pretty much, bluegrass. Mm-hmm. And so that was the first time I actually got to be involved in that, not just sit in the corner and twiddle my thumbs. So that following year after he taught me, it was 2019, that Christmas. That was probably the best memory I have of him teaching me how to play guitar, just because I was always the guy that, you know, as you could tell, I'd get the extra piece of pie and I'd sit in the corner and watch everybody else. But that was the first year I got to be involved in it.
Awesome. That's beautiful, man. Now, the last question is always my hardest.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song to perform live?
Right now, Long Live Country is.
I
mean, honestly,
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that song, and especially being here today, everybody knows it's out now, and I'm super excited for this song and what happens with it. So, and you know, in my set list this year, I'm currently making my first ever full record. So I'm getting to play those songs that I've been working so hard and recording, working with Trent Willman to produce this record, and just kind of seeing what the crowd wants to hear and you know how they receive it, and it's really awesome getting to play the unreleased stuff and the stuff that's been released that everybody's familiar with, and just kind of testing the waters a little bit.
Mr. Shane, thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank
sir.
you, brother. Appreciate you.